So it gets harder and harder every day. My health is really crappy to begin with, and it's getting worse by the day. Boondocking. I don't know how much longer I'll last with the heat and everything, and the stress. It's really rough. I really don't want to spend the money to buy a jackery so that I have onboard power and I can use that towards renting a place. But I'm on the borderline here of making that decision. Either that or relocating. The problem is I've got to work, and I would have to bring all of my stock with me, everything. So I do have other options for the other business that I've run for a long time, but the problem is I would have to boondock till I got it going, and I'm really not interested in boondocking any more than I already am. Even though I make really, really good money normally, but I would be opening new locations, and it just would depend if it worked out right away or it took time to build or what. I got plans for a couple locations in certain spots in the States, and I would really like to do that, but one of them's hotter than here, so I'm trying to postpone that to try to get this run stock moved out online, since I really don't want to be into the clubs during this pandemic. I haven't been able to get shots because I'm boondocking, and if I get really sick, it would be really, really bad in the car because of the heat and stuff. I don't know. So, I mean, the sales are good. I just shipped an order out today. But, I don't have quite enough to get into a new place yet. And it's amazing because, I have given away more cars, turned people's utilities on, loaned money that I never got back in the thousands, and done a lot of things for friends and family, and it's kind of intriguing when you get in a serious bind and everybody knows it, and it's kind of like nothing to them. If you had to do it, you wouldn't like it. It's not fun, but it's very scary and dangerous. It's really hard on your health. Extremely hard. I think I've already had one stroke or one heart attack during this since December. I don't have any medical, so I can't do anything about that. But it's harder and harder every day. It's just too hot to be in the car at night. It's just not safe. I mean, one day you just don't wake up. So it really scares me, because I got so much to do. I really do. I do not need to be dying right now. That's for sure. About my babyest girl all the time, and that's something we'll get into very soon. Right now it's 77, and it's 8:15 at night. So when it's in the 70s to 80s in the car, it's even hotter in the car. I have fans. I have like 4 of them actually. I went and bought another one the other day. And they're battery operated because I don't have any way to run them in the car by plugging them in, because nothing goes on after the key's off. And I'm sure not going to leave the engine running. That's a definite no. So I was trying to research some campgrounds and stuff, maybe in the area that I could do. I don't know. I hate to get too far away, because then I'm just burning fuel for no reason. So maybe if I get the lottery, I don't know. I mean, I'm one of the luckiest people in the world you've ever met. I haven't played lottery too much lately. Few months, because I haven't felt like it was going to hit. Just only a couple times I felt it in the past couple months, and only one of those times I played it. But yeah, there's just nothing for rent around here, and if anything does come available, it's going to be $1,500 and up, which is nothing less than $3,000 deposit, and I only have $3,000. I just put my other crappy grandpa vent thing on my car, so by tomorrow I'll have 4 windows available to crack open instead of 3, but still. It's just too hot to be in the car. Entirely too hot. I guess I'm lucky because I could be somewhere where they have snakes and stuff crawling in the car. I watched a car this morning. I was up really early this morning, earlier than I planned, but I literally have to set alarm to be up at a certain time before the temperature gets too high, so I don't end up dying in the car. And I have to look at the weather every day and every night so I can watch that. And the car always gets hotter on the inside than it does outdoors. It gets extremely hot on the inside versus the outdoors. So you really have to pay attention, because it can be your life. And if I die, I gotta find a way back. I got so much to do, but this stuff's just slowly killing me. I feel it every day. The boondocking nomad life is definitely not for me. Not in this weather, and not long term. I didn't think I'd be doing it this long at all. Not at all. But it just got worse and worse, and with all the tourists moving here, and there's just nothing done for rent. Even when I had the money, there was nothing for rent. I should have headed to another city or state when I had the money and got something that made arrangements to bring everything back there or wherever. But I didn't. I was hoping that something would come up, but there's just absolutely nothing. They built that brand new complex by the mall, and that was already pre-rented before they finished it, and it wasn't even supposed to be finished till about Christmas this year. And it finished real early. What are you doing? I guess he's picking up a car. I couldn't even tell what that was exactly. I don't think he has the right lights. But, yeah, they had a carjacking out by Crestview, Mossy Head the other day, and it was really odd because the other day I had some weird guy talking to me and I thought I was being carjacked. I thought he was trying to attempt it. I think he kind of chickened out. He was really creepy. It really gave me a bad feeling. I'm in a real good area, but we have so many shitty tourists right now. You don't know what's here. But yeah, they did this carjacking. Somebody told me it's actually a U-Haul and a trailer, or a car in a U-Haul trailer or something. And then they flew all the way from Mossy Head or Crestview, all the way down the main roads and everything, all the way through Valpy, past the military police, everything, all the way down into Fort Walton, out to 98, and hit people, and I think killed a girl in the wreck or something. I mean, I had a shooting the other night from some tourists that I think were from Tennessee by the looks of the number plate that was on the car in the pictures, that shot a local over at Harbor Walk in Destin, and they haven't had any shootings in about 2.5 years over there. It's not that kind of place. Very wealthy, elite place. So, we got nothing but trash here. Nothing but trash, tourists. And it's gonna go on for several months because it's spring break. Now, I do think that business is gonna carry on for another year or two in this area where it's not gonna be slow anymore in the winters and all the other off seasons. I think it's gonna carry right on through. 333,000 tourists have moved to Florida. I saw the other day they said 66,000 moved from New York, and that was, the way they figured that out was through the DMV of New Yorkers turning their driver's license in to get Florida driver's license. Yeah. So horrible driving on the roads. These idiots with their phones and drunk and being stupid. It's really bad. It's not normally like this. Really, it's not. This is the absolute worst year. If you ask any other locals, they'll tell you the same thing. This is the absolute worst year ever for tourists. Just have total trash. Look at this dummy pulls over on the side where the cop is, and it's the law. You are not supposed to be anywhere near that. You're supposed to be laying over. And here's another guy speeding on the other side down that lane because he's an idiot too. Dummy. Yeah, over here you're supposed to courtesy the officer in Florida. Get out of that lane that he's closest to for his safety. But that's what an idiot will do. They don't give a damn. I ran out of video room and I had to use my new chip that I had. Trying to get a bunch of stuff off of my computer that I loaded on there, as it's all in duplicates. As soon as I get that reduced, then I'm going to shift out all my videos to my secondary external drive, so I can keep my computer light. store all my videos for YouTube and stuff. That way I have them. And it's a good thing too, if your channel ever has a problem, you can always start a new channel and load all the stuff back on there. Well, there's a lot of people over at the airport over here. They'll be the Enterprise Rent-A-Car in town over at Valparaiso, which I thought was interesting. It's about one of the sorriest ones on the face of the earth, but they finally closed that out. Now they probably still have the one here at the airport. That's where they keep their best cars, is at the airport, and they keep hardly anything at the Destin location. And I think they have about 5 cars over there at any given time. If that's still even there, it may have shut down. I haven't paid attention lately. Temperature's going to drop a little bit out this way, and it gets 10 or 20 degrees colder out at Mossy Head, so a very dear friend of mine. It's like a brother to me for like 25 years. And he saw my daughter the other day and he said, "What is that she is with? He looks like he's dying of AIDS." I said, "I know." So he probably is. Record. I imagine he's been buying his stuff and he's probably picked up AIDS.